Passionate about music.
Now, we've been joined by some special guests who are involved in a very special event that is coming up next week. Tony and Will from the Velvet Journey. Guys, welcome to Gaydar.
Thank you.
Look, such positivity in the room already. I know the auras are good, your chakra is good.
Very healthy looking guys as well.
Very good people in here. I've got a vibe, but that's not for here.
Read our website.
So listen, Tony, what is the Velvet Journey?
The Velvet Journey came about. It's a one-stop shop for well-being services for gay men, where we basically run workshops, we do coaching, we do personal training, we do fitness, we do nutritional advice. We also will be doing retreats. So it's really about well-being. That's how, in summary, we can actually to inspire gay men to lead very healthy, balanced and fulfilling lives and richly head towards success.
Excellent.
This is such a beautiful thing because in the gay community there's a lot of self-loathing. Would you agree with that?
Correct.
And people who have not accepted themselves. And I think this is the first time I've heard something like this. Why on earth did you set this up?
It's been on my mind for a long time. I was in the corporate ladder, working in IT and reached sort of director level. And sort of in the meantime, I was doing a lot of personal development workshops and healed my own life, coming from a very sort of homophobic culture.
Where are you from?
Macedonia.
Right, okay.
And sort of I always wanted to really create something. And sort of when I finished, about 2 years ago, when I finished my big project for the government, it's sort of our path with Will crossed, fantastic personal trainer, and basically I started coaching Will. And sort of he can tell you about it, how his journey started with me. And the Velvet Journey came about. We started something called 360-degree program, where basically we combined our clients. So people who was he was doing personal training, and I'm doing coaching and energetic healing. I'm trained into many forms of energetic healing, as well as basically NLP, cognitive behavior therapy, as well as life coaching.
So, Will, why did you want to get involved with Tony? What was it were you looking for in your life at that moment?
I met Tony 2 years ago, when I started training in London, and I gave him a taster session, and then we started to exchange services. So I started training him once or twice a week, and he started doing coaching and healing with me, and it was fantastic. In 2 years, my life has completely changed.
In what way?
2 years ago, I was a bit lost, didn't really know who I was, not confident with myself, not accepting myself, turning to clubbing and other things, kind of feel more fulfilled, feel happier and feel more connected. I met Tony, and Tony was very inspiring in the fact that he just makes you realise that you're actually living a life that's not entirely yours. You're kind of doing something that makes you feel good at the time, but it's not exactly what you want. And deep down that that's not you. I knew deep down that wasn't really me, but wasn't kind of bringing that to the surface. And he makes you realise that it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to to love other people correctly, to have a great family, to love your family, to express that love, to have a job that you love, and to do things from the heart as opposed to doing it for other people. And so exactly. And it's been a fantastic change. And the fantastic thing about Tony is he studies all these things. He has this fantastic source of knowledge in coaching and healing, and bringing that to a wider scale, to a wider audience is really what we want. Is teaching people that it's okay. You can be gay and you can still have a fantastic, balanced and fulfilled life. You don't have to live under stereotypes or live with that certain identity. You can be whoever you want to be.
I think it's really important, isn't it? Because fitness and well-being of your body, people can take care of that, especially young gay guys. It definitely, any gay guys. But fitness for the mind and for the heart is equally as important, because you can look buff like us, but you can be screwed up in the head, and that's more damaging than anything. And I think we had statistics recently, didn't we, within the LGBT community, mental health is the biggest issue, and people taking their own lives. Something has gone horribly wrong, which is why I think the Velvet Journey will save people's lives.
Completely. And how it came about was, nowadays we have most legal rights. We are free to be who we want to be, but there's a huge kind of backlog in people's psyche and subconscious identity that makes us still feel not good enough. And there's that huge, inner self-loathing, non-acceptance that we have, and it's now we're in a phase of development where we've got everything we're allowed to do in the UK, which is fantastic. Still a few things that we're working on, but there's that huge, and there's years and years of being told that we're not good enough. That's weighing on our consciousness.
It's just that it's there. That's been passed down through decades, generations of generations, and it is, and it's subconsciously there. You don't even realise it sometimes in some people. Just the attitudes of some, they don't even realise they're being. It's like racism as well, isn't it?
Completely.
It's that sort of thing. It's so inbred that you don't even realise that some of the choice of the words you might use actually is the wrong words.
Yeah.
Why have you called it the Velvet Journey? Is it anything to do with the Velvet Range?
We haven't heard that before. We haven't had that question before.
Because I've just started reading the Velvet Range.
And it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
amazing.
We highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And it's we actually, the company started well before that.
Yeah.
And we both read the Velvet Rage and we recommend it to our friends and family. However, the reason we called it the Velvet Journey, it's because we associate Velvet with the gay community. It's sort of, as well as a journey, we are on a journey. We constantly change. And so therefore, as Will mentioned, while we're having all those liberties and we have GaydarRadio, we have everything, we're not really changing our mindset. And there is some massive opportunity out there because I work in the straight world. I wanted to really bring that, having gone through my own journey of acceptance, bring that to many people out there. As you mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on in the NHS beyond basically what, like for instance, a lot of the issues gay men have and how they live their lives and how people who live with HIV and how they're coping with that. And basically the effect of people not being able to cope, they turn to drugs, they turn to a lot of stuff that actually have a long-term effect on NHS, on their well-being, on their families, on the community. And the Velvet is really, it can be very smooth, it can be a lovely color, it could be cozy, it could be fun, it could be anything. And therefore, as a gay man, we can be anything.
And that's what it is. We're trying to help gay men have an easier life, an easier journey, to make the journey that we lead velvety, smooth, and just flowing.
Now you made me want to lie down on a velvet bed. That's all I heard.
I want some chocolate.
Yeah, I was like, what have you done?
That's one of the things you do. You've got an event coming up soon that you're doing, haven't you?
Correct, yeah. Basically, sort of this weekend we have a workshop.
Right.
But following that, we have the Parkinsons. We actually are cycling Vietnam to Cambodia.
Oh, now, come on.
Very busy. Why have you chosen to support the Parkinsons?
The Parkinsons is a very interesting question. Jenny, she's been working with me on a coaching and a healing level for the last couple of years. And one of our healing sessions, we had this experience of actually traveling together. So after the healing session, we were discussing and we were talking about Cambodia and Vietnam. And she decided, let's go out for lunch. So we went locally in Pimlico for lunch. And the moment we sat down, there's a leaflet from Parkinson's UK. Cycle Vietnam to Cambodia. We looked at each other and said, okay, this is universe sent us.
Yeah, this is a sign if ever there was one.
And literally, we made the decision there and then. My grandmother died from Parkinson, as well as my mum's sister. And then I didn't know anything about Jenny. And
Jenny, we should just mention is here, is you're part of your team, isn't she?
Yes, correct.
She's Patsy and Eddie rolled into one.
Yeah.
Hello! Oh, look at that! Look at that!
That wasn't me.
That's all you're getting from me.
Oh, tease!
And then basically, I mentioned it to Will, and Will straight away went in with his own reasons why. So
my dad's mother also had Parkinson's.
Can I ask, because I don't know very much about Parkinson's, is it hereditary?
They don't know yet.
They don't know yet.
Know the cause. That's one that they
Right.
just don't know why it happens.
We had Bob Hoskins
this morning.
Very sad news.
Very sad news.
Yeah.
And Michael J. Fox, I know, is another person. He's done a lot of fundraising for
Correct,
research, hasn't he?
So what's the latest with Parkinson's? How far are they from getting a cure? Is it in our lifetime?
They are hoping to get a cure by 2014. They have a 5-year plan. They started in 2009 to raise 70 million by 2014, and they are actually quite close. They are hoping to find a cure very soon. So it's really exciting times, but they just still don't know what the cause is, which is the fascinating thing. They just don't know what causes it. It's a degeneration of your nervous cells in your brain, but they don't know why it happens.
But we're that close to a cure.
Correct, yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, you've got this event that's happening in London this coming Tuesday, haven't you?
Correct, on 14th at Carom, Floridita, which is 100 Wardour Street. And we would like to invite all of you guys down there.
Oh, brilliant. We'll
all
be
our
there.
listeners.
We'll be there. Oh, and listeners too. Great.
It's a fantastic party. We've secured soul singer David Nathan. We secured some famous DJs like Ale Almeral and Andrew Elmore who will be playing at the event. We've got you guys also as a main sponsor down there. We've got a lot of people who actually supported us in this cause. Also, we would like to invite people such as Graham Norton. If he's listening, Graham, please come along. We would love you to be there. It's sort of all the details about this event is on our website, which is www.velvetjourney.com/Party for Parkinson's, and we would welcome as many as you guys because we want to make a difference. We personally have been affected by it. I'm sure a lot of people out there, but it's sort of really, it's going to be an amazing party for a great cause, and really we would invite as many as possible to donate. We also have a Virgin Giving page, which people can donate out there, so we would welcome any help for anybody out there.
So this is next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. till late at Carom on 100 Wardour Street. We want to go along.
Exactly, from 6 p.m. onwards.
From 6 p.m.
Just tell us a bit more about the bike ride, because that's something that's coming up later this year, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. The bike ride is in November. It's basically we're cycling Vietnam to Cambodia, and it's about 500 miles. So basically me, Jenny and Will.
500 kilometres, so it's a tiny bit less, but it's still hard.
Yes.
It's still hard, so it's really, we're sort of taking this challenge to support Parkinson's in all of this. So therefore we're doing all the fundraising. Our aim is to fundraise about 10k, but we literally want to exceed that. So it's really sort of sky's the limit, and we want to be part of the vision to be able to support this vision about finding a cure. Because slowly, all their work and all the sort of research, it depends purely on donations with Parkinson's UK.
And all the money that we are fundraising goes directly to research. They do different things. Obviously, they raise awareness, they support the families, but all the money that we're raising goes straight to research. All the 10 grand that we'll get goes straight to research.
And as the Velvet Journey, you've got some more things coming up for
You've got some workshops on you, because I've been reading, and some blogs.
We have a workshop today actually. Our next we launched 3 monthly meetups. So we do monthly meetups obviously every month in Soho, where everyone is invited. We get about 20 people to come and discuss 1 or 2 topics for a couple of hours. So it's generally people that have attended the workshops that come and kind of talk a bit more, get a bit more support about what's going on in their lives.
And if I was to come along to one of those, what would I hope to get from that?
You'd get a taste of kind of our workshops of what Tony does, and you would, every single time we discuss one specific topic. So the topic we discussed last Tuesday was about control. So control issues in your life and your relationships.
Oh my God, there's like a year's worth of work there, isn't there?
So yeah, we condense into 2 hours where everyone gets to say, everyone gets to hear, everyone gets to talk, and obviously get a taste of the workshops. But also, it's not just that; it's also to get that support in place for them to kind of for people that have attended our workshops and are already kind of on their journey to get a bit more information.
Passionate about music.